this is my ratings for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We had a good race and it's pretty clear that Aston Martin is the second fastest car. In this video I will give each driver a point out of 10. I will use the race finishing order and start in P20 and make my way up to Sergio Perez in P1. So starting in P20 we have Lance Stroll. He didn't have the same pace as his teammate and I know he only finished in P20 because of the DNF, but Fernando Alonso was so much faster. Lance Stroll gets a 6 out of 10. In P9 we have Alex Albon. He was having a good race until he had brake problems. He gets 7 out of 10. In P18 we have Valtteri Bottas. After he had a great weekend in Bahrain, this was pretty disappointing. He was far off the pace of Zhou in qualifying and in the race. He gets 5 out of 10. In P17 we have Lando Norris. I know his team asked him to let Piastri pass, but even before that he had pretty similar pace. Both the McLaren drivers had bad luck to lose their front wings earlier in the race, and Norris had a crash in qualifying. He gets 6 out of 10. In P16 we have Logan Sargent. He had bad luck in qualifying and during the race it looked like he might score a point, but the race of the Haas destroyed his tires. He gets 7 out of 10. Going to P15 we have Oscar Piastri. I have mentioned him already. He had a great qualifying session and had some bad luck today, but decent pace. He gets 7 out of 10. Moving on to P14 we have Nick de Vries. He showed some good pace today but still behind his teammates. He gets 6.5 out of 10. In P13 we have Zhou Guanyu. Like I mentioned, he had much better pace than Valtteri Bottas. He gets 7.5 out of 10. We have Nico Hülkenberg in P12. A good race from him. He had some great defending against Logan Sargent. He gets 7 out of 10. In P11 we had Yuki Tsunoda. He did a good job and got lucky with a safety car. He gets 7 out of 10. Now going to the top 10. In 10th place we have Kevin Magnussen. He also had a good race and showed some great overtaking. He gets 7.5 out of 10. Going to 9th place we have Pierre Gasly. He had a good race and both him and Ocon showed us that Alpine have the pace to finish in the top 10. The Alpine drivers also had some great and clean racing. He gets 7 out of 10. We have his teammate Esteban Ocon in 8th place. He also had a good race with great pace. He gets 7.5 out of 10. Going to P7 we have Charles Leclerc. This race just confirmed Ferrari doesn't have great pace and they really have a problem. Charles did a great job in qualifying and also did good in the race, but P7 was all that was possible for him. He gets 7.5 out of 10. In P6 we have Carlos Sainz. He didn't have the same pace as Charles in qualifying. He gets 7 out of 10. Going to P5 we have Lewis Hamilton. He got lucky with the safety car, but I do think the Mercedes was faster than the Ferrari. He gets 7.5 out of 10. In 4th place we have Fernando Alonso. I'm really disappointed that he got a 10-second penalty after he had such a good race. He's so fast at the moment and he's beating Stroll by a lot. He gets 9 out of 10. In 3rd place we have George Russell. He had a really impressive qualifying session and also some great race pace. He gets 8.5 out of 10. Moving on to P2 we have Max Verstappen. So he had car problems in qualifying and had to start the race in P15. But after the safety car he only had two much slower cars between him and Perez and even got the fastest lap at the end of the race, showing us the car problems didn't slow him down. Max had a great race and showed some insane pace in qualifying before getting a problem. He gets 9.5 out of 10. And in P1 we have Sergio Perez. Like I mentioned, he had a great race. He did everything he had to win this race and his only mistake was not keeping the lead on lap 1. For that he gets 9.5 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you again in the next one.